What's going on, guys? JSGC Football here, one half of it. So today's video, guys, I will be doing the Rotherham preview, who are Preston North End's next opponents at Deepdale. So I will tell you all about Rotherham. So with Rotherham, they're unbeaten after 2 games and they're set 8th in the table. It's because they had a very good win at the weekend against Reading. It's because it's a fresh 4-0. It's because thanks to a couple of keeper howlers, it will certainly not look back pleasantly. It's because but there's absolute gifts to words. But I'm taking nothing away from Rotherham. They were fantastic against Reading. Like I said, they've only played 2 games because they've had a postponement against Coventry, so that's why they've only played 2 so far. Because with Rotherham, they play at the New York Stadium. Capacity 12,021. Fun fact, it's also mine and JSGC's first ever away day in New York, so 9 years ago. Because it's nearly to the day, but it's not. Because just over 9 years ago, that's because what a day it was. Certainly gets you used to how the trains work, because then it's just magnificent. Because they finished 0-0 that day in 2013. So with Rotherham, because their manager is Paul Warne, because he's been caretaker. He was caretaker in November 28th to the 4th of April, and then from the 4th of April he was made permanent. So he's been there now in the manager's hot seat just over 5 years. So it's been there a long time. Like I said, you know what to expect with Paul Warne as well. So with Rotherham, they are probably the biggest yo-yo in the Football League completely. Ever since 2016-17, they have been relegated, promoted, and now promoted once more. Because can they book the trend this time? Can they finally stay up? Too good for League One, but not good enough for the Championship. That sums Rotherham up. So, so I do wish them a little bit of luck. But it's looking good so far. They're looking alright. So we'll see if they can continue that good form. So for the summer, they lost Enquiries and Michael Smith, so it's a little bit of a blow that, and Freddie Ladapo to Ipswich, because what makes it hurt, they lost to the better players, to Sheffield Wednesday and to a league below. That must hurt. So with Rotherham, the key players to look out for tomorrow night is Daniel Balser, Ben Wiles and Ogbenny. Because special mention to Connor Washington. But for that's the 3 players, especially Balser and Ogbenny, 2 players to watch out for. And Wiles is alright as well. So with Rotherham, they like to play 3 at the back. So it'd be a 3-1-4-2. Or maybe a 3-5-2 like that. Because I think they like to play with left midfielders rather than wing backs. So their lineup last time against Reading, it was Johansson, Hall, Wood and Humphreys, Balser, Harding, Ferguson, Lindsay and Wiles completing the midfield. And up front, Washington and Ogbenny. He can play as a right winger, left wing back, and left winger as well, Ogbenny. Because they won't mind it, no offence, they're very quick players. Because I think it'd be useful, especially with Balser, but I think we've got that covered. So it'd be a useful one. A couple of useful players there that more than, I think they could hold their own in the Championship. But like with Rotherham, like some of Preston, will they pay Championship wages? Like I said, that's what Rotherham have to be looking at. So we'll see. Like I said, to play a very similar formation. I reckon it'll be a niggly game once more against Rotherham United. A little bit of a bogey team for Preston. So that brings me now onto the record. So PNE 16 wins, 22 draws, and 22 Rotherham wins. Like I said, we do not have a good record. And like I said, this is fun fact as well for you. We've not beaten them in the previous 5 attempts. So we've not beaten them since November 16 at New York Stadium. So previous 5 scores, I think we drew 3 and drawn 2 and lost 3. So they are a bogey team, and it's been like this ever since they came up from League 2 in 2013. As we've got a horrible record of 2 wins, 6 draws and 4 defeats. So we've only beaten twice in the last 12 meetings ever since 2013 when they got promoted from League 2 to League 1. It's got to say, they've always got the better of us. Think back to the playoffs as well. It's got to say, not fond memories of Rotherham. It's got to say, we've only ever won once at New York Stadium ever since they moved from Millmore. So I reckon it'll be a niggly game. Like I said, if there's my prediction is, I think it'll be a niggly game, and I think they'll strangle the life out of this game. It's got to say, do Preston have enough to play that attacking game? Like I said, it's all fun and games to know away from home against Luton. Like I said, shithousing teams. Rotherham come into that category now. I was going to say, we're now, when we will be up against it, like I said, Rotherham will play like that. It's going to say the shithousers. And I think they'll play like that. Like I said, I think it'll be 1-1. That's my personal opinion. Like I said, I don't think we've got enough in our team to really break down a defensive opponent that'll sit back and absorb it. Because that's what Preston are guilty of at times, when you allow Preston possession like that, just back passing or simple passing. And we need to be a bit more creative. Like I said, it'd be interesting. It's a bit interesting to see how we approach this. But at Deepdale, we need to improve at home. And like I said, we've got to break down teams. If Preston want the playoffs, we've got to beat teams like Rotherham. Like I said, no disrespect with Rotherham, but they've got to be beating teams like that if they want playoff ambitions. But like I said, I still think it'll be 1-1. Rotherham are on our high. They're promoted. They've got a good record against Preston. And like I said, he's no stranger, Paul Warne, as well. Like I said, we'll see if he's learned his lessons. Can he finally adapt to the Championship and keep his Rotherham United in the Championship? Like I said, I think it'll be 1-1. I think it'll be a niggly game. Like I said, the only thing worrying for Rotherham is the team. Like I said, it needs improvement. Because they've lost some decent players and not. Because they've got a couple of players in, but there still needs improvement here, there, and everywhere. Like I said, defence. Like I said, Wood's still there as well. Like I said, what legend for Rotherham United? Wood is still there, the Viking. So we'll see. Like I said, I think they could do better in midfield. Like I said, I think they need a bit more quality. They brought in Connor Washington to try and strengthen up front, but they do look weak. Like I said, and that's their strength now, is their team. Like I said, there's no egos there, and we'll see if it's enough to stay in the Championship. I don't think it is. Like I said, 1-1. I'm not confident that we'll break them down too much. I just don't see us scoring twice past them. Like I said, they'll sit back, absorb the pressure, and probably get a counter-attack. Because it's one to watch out for. Like I said, it'll be Ogbenny. Like I said, he's the quick one to watch out for the counter-attack, and also set pieces from Rotherham. But one thing we don't want to do is do what Reading, like I say, keep faffing about at the back. They got caught out so many times. Because they're an absolute howlers from the keeper. Hopefully we won't do the same, like I said. But let me know, Rotherham fans, because what do you think of Preston North End and vice versa? Do you agree with my comments, or do you think PNE will be on a high from Luton? Excellent win at Luton. Can we now build on that and start playing some attacking football at Deepdale? Like I said, start taking the game to him. Because I want to see it 45 minutes, have a go at an opponent, especially at home. Like I said, just fly them and see how many we can. See if we can. We've got Runner, like I said, they've got a very slow centre backs. Like I said, they're there to be took, especially if they can run at Wood. But because it'd be a perfect game, like I said, if we had Buck using still like that. But I think it's a Reece game. That's my personal prediction. I think this is a Reece game. Try and play on the last man. I think it'll suit him like that. That'll be my 3-5-2. So with Parrott, hopefully he can pull the defence out of position, then allow Reece some space. And hopefully Brad Potts, like I say, continue the red hot form, and Brady whipping in those crosses. It's going to say, Fernandez, I'd be surprised if he starts this one. But I've been JSGC Football. This has been my Rotherham United preview. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more previews like this, as I've been doing it throughout the season. And I will see you guys at Deepdale. Come on to Preston. Peace. Ciao for now.